Whew, okay, gang. It is unbelievably time for another Magic the Gathering release. This time we do have an in-universe set, Edge of Eternities. This is a legal standard set. Just to give you some info here, it is a space opera, very science fantasy. I was kind of nervous about this one at first, not gonna lie, because number one, I'm not huge into sci-fi, at least not more modern kinds of sci-fi, and also a lot of the early stuff for this kind of gave me Unfinity vibes, which is it, you just don't really want in a main set to have the feeling of an unset. But after seeing some of the previews and stuff for this one, I am very intrigued by this set. I did get this a little early, so I wanted to go ahead and get it opened, get this video up so that you guys can see kind of what's in this set. All right, so this is a 276 card regular set, and we have 3 kinds of Borderless, I believe, in this one. We have the full art basic lands. We have viewport lands. We have Triumph cards, which all have like a moon in the background. Surreal Space is the other Borderless that we have in this set. So those are all available in the play boosters, which this box is. We do have extended art and Japanese showcase, which are available in the collector boosters. And Wizards, for some reason, has moved the art cards to the collector boosters. And I don't know why they've done that. It seems very strange. I don't know of a lot of people that even care, besides myself, about them. I guess they're just trying to add value or something to the collector boosters, but that's a whole other topic. So anyway, there are also galaxy foils in this set, which look very, very pretty, but those are exclusive to the collector boosters, just like the fracture foils and the headliner. July 25th is the pre-release for this set, so that will be pre-release week through August 1st when we will start seeing these in mass retail. I gotta be honest, after the whole Aether Drift thing this year, and I was tried to be positive for Aether Drift. It's just not a good set. And so anything that veers anywhere close to that now, I'm a little gun shy about. We do have the return of Slivers in this, which is cool since we do have, at least in standard, we have Phyrexia all we one rotating out. So we still do have something that is comparable to that. We also have the return of some Goyfs in this set. And as you can see on the cover here, we have Tesseract, who is our planeswalker for this set. It takes place on a plane that's not a plane. It takes place in a place called the Edge, which is kind of at the edge of the Magic multiverse, and is not a realm that we have been to before. When Wizards has talked about it, they have talked about it being fantasy in space, or magic in space. And I do feel like they have accomplished that. It's hard to explain, but it does feel more like magic in space than sci-fi magic, if that makes sense. It probably doesn't, and that's probably just hope. But okay, so enough of blathering on. So first off, please excuse the band-aid. I have been spending a lot of time recently helping to care for an eyeless 3-month-old kitten, and he is still learning kitten manners. Today I have a full play booster box to open. So this is our box. And let me go ahead and take the good old wrapping off here. There we go. Okay, so that's a little bit better. So we can see there's Tesseract on the front. He is our planeswalker for this set. We have the Solthera, that is the collapsing star, I believe, black hole that everyone in this set is trying to either dive into or revive. Edge of Eternity. So we can see play boosters. We've got a lot of spacecraft in this. I believe that if you play Commander, spacecraft after this set will now be available to be commanders, which is interesting. So we have our back here, and then of course we have on the bottom, we have our usual breakdown of play boosters and what they contain. So there we go. And then we have, okay, so this is a little bit different. They always usually have some artwork for the set on the back of these. Of course, this is our draft archetypes card, of course, that we get in every box. And on the back, instead of having just the regular key artwork like they lots of times have, this actually is kind of neat because it does have our different species and types of critters that are in this. So we have, and the planet they're from. The ones that I have heard the most about are the Monoist, who are very nihilistic And so yeah, so that's kind of nice that we have that layout there. And again, very, very spacey themed look to them. All right, so this is a play booster box, which means we have 30 packs in here with 14 cards in each pack. This is our artwork. All this darkness with the very, very bright spot down here is is very eye-catching. I understand why they did that. So this is the play boosters. All the play boosters look like this. Let me go ahead and pull these out here. All right, so 30 play boosters. I am cautiously excited about this set. I don't know a lot about the cards in it because of life keeping me busy during the previews, but I do like some of the things that I've seen in it, and hopefully it does live up to expectations. I know there are several other Magic creators, Magic people who are hoping that this set is going to be a good one. So let's go ahead and start ripping. Bonus points if I manage to break a nail during this video. All right. So, of course, with our packs, we start with our little set symbol is the little planet here. We are EOE is our code. Commons, and of course we have our commons. Let's see our foil already peeking out back there, followed by our uncommons. Ooh. Oh, okay, so here we go. Our first rare here we have is Stomping Ground. This one, of course, a reprint of a very popular land, so that's fun to see. And then we also have a rare Ragast. I'm going to say Ragust. So I am going to go ahead and say right now that I'm probably going to butcher most of these names, and I apologize for that. Sci-fi, again, not my forte, but he is a lobster citizen. Red, white, very interesting artwork on that. And then we have Caveron Skywarden for our foil. Very pretty in the foil. All right, and this is one of our full art lands. These things are gorgeous. I said about I'm not super big into the sci-fi aesthetic, but these lands are absolutely stunning to look at. And we've got Lander Robot as our first token card. It's going to make me sad to go through 30 packs and not see a single art card, I'm not going to lie. So okay, so this is funny because I do know this. Okay, so this card has already been errated because as you can see on here, it target creature gets +1/+0, gains vigilance till end of turn. It deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls. So nowhere on this card does it say that the target creature has to be yours. They have stated that is the case. It has to be your creature, and I know this because I am a green-black player most of the time. So whenever this card popped up, I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." And then when I saw that Wizards had already made a change to an upcoming card, and it was green, I had to see what was up. So yes, so that very funny, that card kind of made it out. So this is our first spacecraft card. As you can see, the artwork on these is a little different because it has this kind of transparent, not even really transparent, but has this interesting framing on it. So this is a common spacecraft and very interesting looking card. I haven't looked a lot into the mechanics of how those are going to work yet, but very interesting to see. There's a Hemosymbic Might. That's one that I've had my eye on. All right, and then we also, this is our second spacecraft, so 2 in one pack. It is an uncommon. And then, okay, we have, I'm gonna guess that's Halia, Guided by Light for rare. And, ooh, Red Tiger Mechan, I'm gonna assume is how that's said. Very pretty foil. Our basic land. And another lander and human token. Artifact. Really interesting artwork on some of these. They really embrace the sci-fi aesthetic. So, ooh, that's an interesting one. Okay, so here we go. It's another rare land card, Watery Grave. And, oh, okay, so this is a rare spacecraft. Ooh, that is a beautiful card. Look at that thing. Interesting. So, very pretty. Another basic land, another different lander, and same robot. Very gnarly looking insects as always. Oh, that's an interesting one. Ooh, okay. So sorry, as I said, I'm learning about these cards as I'm going through them here. So of course, I see a big stompy thing and I have to stop. Oh, ooh, that's an interesting one. Definitely a blue card. Okay, so our rare is Ice Tail Explorer, Insect. And Depressurize, looking very cool in the foil. Oh, that's a very neat plains. Artwork is very pretty. And is that our fourth kind of lander? And our good old stable robot. Ooh. So, Pavu. Jellyfish. Ooh. Oh, okay. I wasn't even aware that we had dragons in this set, but that is very cool. There's our non-foil red tiger. Okay, so there's another spacecraft. Boy, look at how pretty the artwork is on these, I swear. Okay, so yes. As an artist, of course, the artwork, if it's something different, of course, catches my attention. So this is another uncommon spacecraft. I'm sure that's not inspired by Among Us at all. Okay, so sorcery, space-time anomaly for a rare. So this is a blue-white card, but I remember seeing this in the previews because I was like, that is some straight-up blue player tactics. Yeah. So Night Luminary. Again, very pretty in the foil. Ooh, okay, so another full art. Oh, look how beautiful these are. I can't wait to see these in foil. Don't know if we'll see any until the bundle, but man, those are pretty. Another lander. And our good old robot. So we've got another rig for war. Yay, another Grove Strider. Okay, so this is from our bonus sheets. All of our bonus sheet this time are lands, and they are all in this very unique kind of look to them. They're all reprints of lands that are done in this very sci-fi look to them, and as you can see, so we have EOS down here. This is Needle Spires. We have them. They're all in this very interesting, very sci-fi font. And then we don't have. They are borderless, but we do have their colors on the side, and then we have like the spacecraft and stuff. There's a lot going on this card. Not gonna lie. So, but very cool looking card. Very cool. They do have some variants of these, some alternate art versions of these in the collector boosters. So, and then, oh, okay. So this is one of our rare lands, but this is an alt art of it. This is one of the Surreal Space borderless cards. Very, very interesting artwork. Very trippy. Edge Rover, Mountain, another lander, and our robot friend. And that one's an interesting melted moxite. Oh, insect horror. I love our horrors. Evasive maneuvers, of course, we would have to have that. Monoist Sentry. All right, so here we go. First mythic of the set, and it is a good one. So this is the Sarah, the Super Void. This is the card that is the showcase of the set. This is the one that the serialized is of, and it is a very, very pretty black card. So very cool. Happy to have pulled that one. I didn't know if we would pull it or not. So that is very, very fun. Is this, I believe this is our first spacecraft in the foil. Very nice. Okay, first foil land. It is a basic land, but look at the prettiness of the foil. I cannot wait to see the rest of the lands in foil. So my bundle cannot get here soon enough. There's our Monoist. Oh, that's a neat artwork on that one. That's definitely a blue enchantment. Interesting. Oh, I promise I will speed up on this. Like I said, I didn't get to look at these a lot during the preview, so I'm just kind of, yeah, I'm pausing a lot more than I really should, but oh, that's an interesting one. Death Touch and Lifelink. Nice. Okay, I did see this one. I remember this one because this was a blue card that I saw. Codecracker Hound. Look at him, though. He's so cute. Look at him. Oh, he's so adorable. I don't know that what he did to that robot was very cool, but okay. So we have another very cool looking rare spacecraft. So I'm guessing we must have legendary spacecraft in this. That would be for if you do a commander, but I'm not sure. Don't play commander that much. But we'll see what we can pull here. Yeah, finally a sliver. I was very, very upset that Prerelease was going to be rotating out of standard until they announced that slivers were coming in this set. So All right, so there's another, that's our first spaceship that we saw. Ooh. Ooh, okay, so Biotech Specialist for our rare. Insect. Ooh, Comet Crawler in the foil. He looks cool. We also had him, yep. So we're still doing that, apparently. Ah, very cool looking swamp. Ah, robot. But we do have a sliver on the back. Robot assassin. Interesting. There's our diplomatic relations. Strike. Oh, okay. Here's a different. We have a green spacecraft. Tunnock. Memorial Ensign. Interesting. Ooh, okay. So here we go. We have a rare of Arch Enemy's Charm. 3 black, exile target creature. Wow, that's a nice one. So that will probably be going in one of my decks. And then we have the Hyperblade equipment, which, oh, looks so pretty in the foil. Holy crap, look at that thing. So pretty. Okay. There's our basic forest and our lander robot. All right, so one stack down, and we got the big Baddy Mythic. Now we just need Tesseret. We got one of the bonus sheet. We got one of the Borderless cards. Still really like that one. Might have to figure out what exactly is going on there with the spacecraft so that I can have a pretty black spacecraft in my in one of my decks. Oh no, it was a monumental shift. Fine, I got it. It's good. It's all good. You saw nothing. Squire's Lightblade. Oh. Bombardment. Dark Endurance. Huh. Wow, okay, so this is apparently a very common card. I will say, when I was talking about this being magic in space or like science fantasy, I do feel like they tried to incorporate fantasy into a sci-fi setting in a lot of ways. Oh, that one's a neat one. Huh. So yeah, I feel like they took fantasy elements and put them in space rather than make a quote unquote space set, in my opinion. Other people may not see it that way, but I do kind of understand what they meant when they said that that was kind of their goal. So, Pain for All for our rare. Pearl Invention. Getting a lot of forests. Not upset about it. And so the exclusive foils that are available in the collector boosters, I know we won't see any of them here because they're only available in collector boosters and these are play boosters, but I did want to mention that the Galaxy foils are really cool from what I've seen. They have, of course, this very star galaxy effect on them. That looks really cool on some of the lands. Lost in Space, nice. There's definitely referencing going on here. So I've seen this one around. I've seen them talking about this one whenever they were doing the previews. Jellyfish Advisor. Come on. Ah, okay, so here we go. We have a Cosmogoyf, which I said about that we have them. We have Goyfs returning in this set. I don't think we've seen them much since, at least not in Standard, since Dominaria United, which is also rotating out this year. So it makes sense that they decided to include them in this set. Okay, and then we have a rare foil. Consult the star charts. Very pretty. Island, basic, and lander. Another light blade. There's our depressurize. There's another Tunnock. This guy we've seen a lot of. Vault Guard Trooper. And okay, this is another one that I remember seeing in the previews. This is our Thrumming Hive Pool, which has an affinity for slivers. So we like that a lot. It's nice to see that we have slivers coming back into Standard. Scout for Survivors. Swamp. Lander, and a drone. I think that's the first we've seen a drone. Can block only creatures with flying. Interesting. Oh, here's our drone again. Sammy's Curiosity. Color. Okay, Emissary Escort as our rare. Ooh, Hulk Harver Robot Assassin in our foil. And our full art Mountain. And our robot drone. Yay, Sliver. So what I was saying earlier, finally getting back to what I was saying earlier about the referencing. I know a lot of people in the sets last year, the last couple years, really didn't care for a lot of the referencing that was going along, and what a lot of people in like Thunder Junction and Karlov Manor, people didn't really like a lot of the illusions in those, and I do see some in this set, but they don't seem to be as frequent or maybe even necessarily as heavy-handed as they were before. So there's our Dirgecraft again. Another Might. So I think that will be good for a lot of people who did not care for the tongue-in-cheek references last year. So I've got Angel Warrior, very pretty for our rare. And this is part of what I meant about saying about taking fantasy things and putting them in space, because this is like an Angel Knight in a space setting. So this is a gorgeous Plains. I don't play white, but that's a gorgeous card. And Sliva. And that's not entirely true. I think my cat deck has white in it. And I did have an angel deck at one point, so. Starfighter Pilot. Another Sammy's Curiosity. Looks like we've got a really pretty full art land coming up at the end of the pack. Exosuit Savior. Lawbringer. Ooh, seam rip. Yeah, come on. Download. There's our Hyperblade. Again, not in the foil. And Sunstar Chaplain for our rare. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, so we have, this is another of the EOS. This is from our bonus sheet. We have an Eldrazi Temple in foil. That is really cool. It's a really pretty card. It's rare. Another Plains. Come on. You kidding me? There we go. Whew, that was way more difficult than it should have been. All right, so nutrient block. Yeah, I get that. Oh, there's Ice Cave Crasher. Ah. Insatiable Skittermaw. Insect Horror. I feel like I'm going to be incorporating a lot of insect horrors into at least one of my decks here soon. Starbreach Whale. Starboard Security. Cut Propulsion. That is really pretty art on that one. Download. There's another Hyperblade. And oh, Bioengineered Future. And oh, Banishing Light. Very, very pretty in the foil. Ooh, also pretty in the foil. Human Soldier. Yeah, really looking forward to seeing some of the full art lands in the foil. Ooh, Fungal Colossus. Big stompy thing. I like those. Ooh. Another Lightblade. Another Pollinator. Oh, Elemental. Mouth of the Storm. Halia. Again. Oh. Fell Grave Ship Spacecraft. That's a neat looking one. Honor, Sorcery, Mutinous Massacre. This is another one that I remember seeing in the previews. And then we have a Germinating Worm. And oh, it's so pretty. Foil. Full art. Swamp. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm in love. I love it. It's amazing. I mean, look at the way the foil is done on this with the shiny bits up here. So sorry, I'll stop. It's very pretty. So I'm an artist. I notice pretty things. Another nutrient block. Cards can tell that I'm hungry. Ooh, Worm Wall Sweeper. I think that's the first we've seen that one. Excited about slivers, not super excited about having to incorporate so many insects potentially incorporate so many insects into my decks, but that's fine, I guess. I just think they're a little creepy. So, ooh, here we go. So, Eldrazi. This is card 01. And as you can see, it has the same treatment as the spacecraft as far as the look of the card. So, last one in this stack. Boy, gonna have a whole bunch. I could have a whole fleet of those. Oh, okay. So here's another different spacecraft with the galvanizing saw ship. Ooh, Monoist circuit feeder. So, oh yes, Nautilus. We also haven't seen many Nautilus in the last year or two. Nautili? Nautiluses. All right, Pinnacle Emissary. It's our rare. And oh, there's the Felgrave ship. Looks even prettier in the foil. Figured it would. Okay. And oh, our full art planes. I love the almost retro future look to this. So pretty. And there we go. All right. So in that stack we had the Eldrazi, this Massacre. We had no mythics, I don't think, but we did have this beautiful foil of the Eldrazi Temple. And Cosmic Waif. And another foil rare, so can't be too upset about that. Final stack. Last 10. Munitions. We haven't seen that before. My math skills almost failed me there. Oh, Blooming Sear. Plant Scorpion. Very cool. There's our Lost in Space again. Oh, he's neat. Dauntless Scrapbot. Okay, we've got Mightform Harmonizer, Insect Druid for our rare. Okay, so this is the first we've seen of this type of Borderless. This is the viewport lands. Very cool. Not quite sure I love all this black down here, but the foil on it does give it a very cool look. For our rare, and well, actually no, this is our foil in this pack, so it just happens to also be a rare. Very pretty. We also have a foil island and a robot. Munitions. So that means there's only one type of the Borderless showcase cards that we haven't seen, I believe, and that is the Triumph ones. Yeah. So maybe, hopefully we can pull one of those in this last stack. A lot of nutrient blocks. Huh. Oh. Tractor beam, of course. Melchstrider, Eulogist. Weft walking. So yes, I know this is one that they made, that was made a big deal about whenever they were doing the unveilings, was Weft walking. So mythic, very cool. Ooh, Jellyfish Wizard, very cool in the foil. Island, and our lander robot. Token. Night Luminary. I remember seeing this one in the previews too. Because how could you not love him? Look at that little puppy. He's been through some things. Sammy, ship's engineer. There's cat. There's kitty cat right there. Legendary creature. Ooh. They really went all out with the artwork for the angels in this set with this very I was just gonna say a very ethereal take, but that's kind of, you know, that redundancy is a thing. So, but very cool the way they did some of the artwork in this. So, oh, the Eternity Elevator, a spacecraft, legendary artifact. Okay, very cool. Interceptor, Mechan, Mountain, and our lander. Oh, human soldier. I was expecting robot. Oh, there's our dragon friend again. Oh. Sweeper, drill too deep. Ooh, specimen freighter spacecraft. Okay, here we go. Our rare is, oh wait, nope, sorry. That's a mythic. So from our bonus sheet, we have Inventors Fair, Legendary Land, and it is very pretty. Not foil, but very pretty all the same. So as I said, you know, with these, I don't know that I care for having the little bits on the I don't know that I care for having the little designs like on top of the writing, but since they are all reprints, I guess it doesn't matter so much. But very, very cool. Oh, here we go. And now we have Sammy Wildcat Captain. That was our friend with the kitty cat. Also a mythic, so that's 2 mythics in 1 pack. Can't be upset about that. We've got our Escape Crasher and Forest and Lander Human Soldier. Oh, and there he is, just regular. Seen a lot of those whales too in the second half of this. There's another of the specimen freighter. Oh, look at that. Hello again, Mr. Eldrazi. So that's fun. Ooh, so we have Lumen class frigate. I'm probably frigate. As our second rare in this, yes. Spacecraft. Cut propulsion. There's island, very pretty. Sky Stair. Okay, so our rare on this one is the Possibility Technician. That's another one that has almost like a retro future look to the artwork and looks neat in the foil. Mountain and a lander human soldier. Apparently we've gotten rid of our robot friend and it is now our human soldier friend. Oh, hello. That's the second time we've done this. Where it was this was the foil in the last pack. So it's interesting. For reasons. Ooh. Our dreaming acolyte again. Uh-huh. Oh, okay. So we have our green sledge class siege ship spacecraft as our rare. think I moved out of frame for most of that pack. My apologies. Bright Spear Zealot. Foil Plane. Oh, there's our robot. He's back. 3 to go. I don't think we're going to pull Tezzeret, but honestly, I can't complain. All right, Orbital Plunge. Oh, here's our little chrome corgi companion again. Atomic Microsizer. Atmospheric Greenhouse spacecraft. All Fates Scroll Artifact. And aha, finally. Okay, so this is our final showcase, our Borderless. These are the triumphant ones, and they all have kind of this basic aesthetic to them where they have the moon behind the character or the figure. So we have our Elegy Acolyte. Didn't think we'd pull one of these, but there we go. So that is the final one. And then we also have Beyond the Quiet, which is our rare foil. And Swamp. And Lander Drone. Tractor Beam again. Okay, here we go. Sacred Foundry. Rare land. Oh, there we go. I'm not even gonna pretend that I can in any way pronounce that one. Our Jellyfish Advisor. This is the rare version. And a Swarm Color. Swamp. And a Lander Robot. Final pack. Well, we got an Emblem. Bombard. Okay, so our rare, we have another from our bonus sheet here with our Echoing Deeps. And, oh, hey, there's our Elegy Acolyte. So this is their regular card. This is their triumphant card. So there you can see the two next to each other. So same card, but one is the Borderless and the Cop Landseeker, Island, and a Robot. And we didn't get Tezzeret, but we got his emblem. So, sure, can't be too upset about that, right? So this last stack, we actually had some nice showcase Borderless cards in here. We had 2 mythics in 1 pack. Very nice. So we had 3 mythics in this stack. And we finally saw all of the different Borderless cards. So, very cool. Can't complain. I'm not sure what to think of this set yet. I don't know. There's definitely some possibilities in here. So, we'll see once we open some more. I am interested to see how some of the mechanics play out and how things go. I think that's going to be it for this one, as if this video hadn't been long enough. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you hanging out with me today, opening some packs, and I hope that I will see you in the next one. Thanks.